speaker of the Indonesian Business Forum, participant of the Indonesian Business Forum, selamat pagi, good morning, buenos dias. At the outset, I would like to acknowledge the presence of the Argentine Chambers of Commerce for Asia and the Pacific, Cámara de Importadores de la República Argentina, (CIRA), Cámara de Comercio Mercosur ASEAN, Cámara Argentina de Comercio y Servicio, (CIASEA), and Confederación Argentina de la Mediana Empresa, CAME. Thank you for being with us and supporting us from time to time. Estimados ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy as the Ambassador of Indonesia in Buenos Aires to welcome all of you to the first series of Indonesian Business Forum in 2019. Our theme today is Indonesia, Paraíso de oportunidades. I'm sorry, my Spanish is not correct. Or Indonesia, Paradise of Opportunity. Maybe you have the same question. Why Indonesia? Why is Indonesia a paradise of opportunities? How interesting is Indonesia despite the distance that stretches between Indonesia and Argentina that takes a nearly 32-hour flight? Let me give you some highlights before our distinguished panelists who have arrived from Jakarta last night present their own views. If you have been in Indonesia recently, you would realize that Indonesia is not the same country as it was 10 or 5 years ago. Indonesia has undergone massive changes. As the largest archipelagic country consisting of more than 17,000 islands, spreading over 1.9 million square kilometers, infrastructure is very high on President Joko Widodo's development agenda. It is because we believe that infrastructure lies at the nexus of economic growth, productivity, job creation, and also it provides physical access that can reduce logistical costs. With this accelerated infrastructure development, it means that Indonesia is ready for you to do business. Apart from our infrastructure, Indonesia has also implemented a simpler process of doing business to provide a sound and favorable business climate. According to the World Bank, Indonesia is amongst the world's top 10 economic reformers. During the past 2 years, the government has cut thousands of unnecessary regulations that in the past have acted as brake on investment and economic growth. For instance, the new regulation investment procedure in Indonesia now only takes 3 hours to be granted instead of months previous years. This certainly lowers the cost and increases flexibility of investment. As a result, Indonesia has climbed the World Bank Doing Business ranks from number 114 in 2015 to 72 in 2018. Over the same period, both domestic and foreign investment have risen accordingly. Despite economic crisis in many parts of the world, Indonesia's macroeconomic condition is sound and stable. During the past several years, our GDP growth rate was above 5%. Inflation rate remains in single digits and has significantly dropped to 3.1% from 8.4% in 2014. One factor behind this achievement is the economic reform, especially in oil and gas, under which the oil and gas subsidies were reduced significantly. Ladies and gentlemen, estimados damas y caballeros, how about the Indonesia-Argentina bilateral trade? Certainly, we can also see many potentials. Amid the global economic downturn in recent years, the value of our bilateral trade has increased from 1.4 billion US dollar in 2017 to 1.6 billion US dollar in 2018. But that figure is still far from our potential. Since Indonesia has a huge trade deficit toward Argentina, an estimated around 1.2 billion, I hope that through this forum, like this, new potential export commodities can be introduced to the market in Argentina, and more business-to-business contact can be developed and strengthened. We initiate this forum so you could get first-hand information and able to explore new opportunities. But to further prove that Indonesia is Paraíso de oportunidades, I invite you to participate in the Trade Expo Indonesia 2019, during which you will see the finest products of Indonesia and expand your networking. The expo will be held in Jakarta from 16 to 20 of October this year. Queridos amigos, allow me to use this opportunity also to promote a new hashtag that the embassy will be using in all its events in Argentina. It is Indonesia para vos. A very simple sentence, yet meaningful. Why? Indonesia para vos, porque Indonesia está esperando a vos. Indonesia is for you because Indonesia is waiting for you. In this juncture, I would like also to invite all of you to our Semana de Café de Especialidad de Indonesia that will be inaugurated today at 1:30 p.m. with cafe coffee and degustation of Indonesia's most premium coffee. Semana de Café de Especialidad de Indonesia will last for a week from 31st of March to the 5th of April at Latente Cafe. There you can enjoy our premium coffee. And last but not least, like the proverb, seeing is believing, I invite you all to experience the wonderful and mouth-watering Indonesian cuisine in Buenos Aires, here in this very hotel. Festival de Gastronomía de Indonesia will be held at the Azorin Restaurant Melia Hotel, Buenos Aires, from the 8th to 12th April this year. We will bring the famous chef that is very well known in Indonesia and in New York to cook specially for you during the festival. So please book your table and enjoy the fiesta, because tasting is believing. Finally, I'm happy to present to you our three guest speakers that we asked today, Mr. Gilang Adinugroho, Mr. Andi Kilang Pakana, and also Mr. Daru Handoyo. I thank these three speakers who have come from far away to share their knowledge with us. I'm also extend my appreciation to all of you who have come and spend your valuable time with us today. And without further ado, I would like to declare the Indonesian Business Forum Paradise of Opportunity officially open. Terima kasih. Muchas gracias. Thank you.